Let's talk about Job in the Bible. Ignore the granny get up. I'm headed to work. It's a 100th day of school, and we're dressing up as elderly people for the 100th day. So anyway, Job. It can feel like a jump from where have you been, Satan, to God just offering up Job. Like, whoa, okay. Where did that come from? And for so long, it never made sense to me because the devil never asked God to torment Job in his exchange. But we have to remember there are things God sees, hears, and knows that we do not. And he is just in all that he does. So on the day the sons of God come to present themselves to the Lord, Satan is among them. God asked Satan, where do you come from? So Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth and from walking back and forth. And that sounds harmless almost, like he's just observing and exercising. But what is he really doing while he's going to and fro? Well, in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, it says, be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And how does he devour? Well, he has come to steal and destroy. So as he's walking to and fro, he's instilling hate, confusion, anger, lies, covetousness, gossip, jealousy, unbelief, death, lust, everything not of God. He's thrusting into the world, and he's also perverting the things that God did create to manipulate people and to deceive people. God sees what he's causing, knows what he's thinking. So when he says to God, from going to and fro on the earth and walking back and forth, this is the revelation that I got from it. I, Satan, am causing mayhem. How the world was before you flooded it, I'm striving to get it back like that. Actually, worse than that. It got so bad during Noah's time, so ungodly, so vile. It got so evil that God said, I'm sorry I ever made them. And only 8 people were spared from the flood. What's going on in the world and the evil being exposed is making more and more sense to people why God flooded the earth back then. And it's getting more and more like it was. And we don't even see all the evil that goes on, but God does. And everyone on earth rejected God back then, except for Noah, who was found righteous among the wicked. Even though Noah preached to them, tried to get them to understand the dangers of disobedience, and even though nothing is happening right now, you don't see it, the ark will serve a purpose. But they refused to listen, and they mocked him instead, and kept on unaliving, stealing, assaulting, fornicating, essaying, getting drunk, hating God, and just being straight up vile and evil, sacrificing. Not the way that God says to sacrifice, the demonic way. And the devil's like, yeah, I'm getting things back to that. That's what I'm doing as I go back and forth, to and fro. These people hate you. Your creation hates you. Many don't even believe you exist. They rebel. They defy your instructions. They reject you. You make them in your image, and they can imagine an eternity worshiping you. I've got them so comfortable with perishing, even though that's not what they believe will happen. And that's when God says, well, have you considered my servant, Job? Because Job is a righteous man. He loves God. He serves God. In a world filled with hate and envy and theft, unalive and sexual immorality, there's Job. Just like there was Noah in that same world. God removing the hedge of protection over Job to allow the devil to try his hardest to get Job to reject God like the world has, was God's way of saying, no matter what you do, there are those who love me so much, those who fear me out of reverence, despite suffering, pain, loss, they will never reject me. They will be with me for all eternity. They may cry, doubt, question, have times wondering, why, Lord? I've been there recently. But they will remember their first love. And then after the devil failed, God blessed Job with more than he had before, and he was already prosperous. We should be at a place where, because God knows our heart, if he were to remove the hedge of protection temporarily, and the devil can do whatever he wanted except harm us, he knows after all of it is said and done, we stood 10 toes down for God and refused to reject our Father. And God, who knows all, knows we won't reject him because we are so close, that close, and surrendered unto him. We're living proof of a human to an eternal true God covenant. Let's be that kind of servant, a servant God knows won't reject him no matter the cost. Okay, I'm going to go to work as a granny. Y'all like and subscribe for more. All right, be blessed.